Hi guys, it's Ankita. Welcome to Enchanted Bookends. Precious Bane by Mary Webb is a story in which we follow the Sarn siblings. Gideon Sarn is the brother. He owns beautiful land next to a lake. There's enough land for plowing, there's a woodland with the pigs in them, there's livestock. Now Gideon is a very ambitious man. All he wants to do is become rich enough to be able to buy this one house that he has his eyes set on in a town, and he also wants to make enough money to be able to then take his beloved to a ball. So in order to become rich, he approaches his sister Prudence Sarn, who is called Prue in this entire book, and it is through her perspective that Mary Webb has told this story. Prue is born with a cleft palate, and so she fears that she is forever going to be a spinster, and Gideon knows this. So Gideon approaches Prue and he's like, if you help me on the farm, we'll work really hard and then we'll have this big house, there'll be servants, you won't have to work so much, we'll be able to rest then, and I will also send for a doctor who will cure you of your cleft palate. And Prue, who wants to obviously not be a spinster her entire life and wants to look as pretty as Gideon's beloved, she's like, yes, okay Gideon, I am going to help you on the farm. So both brother and sister very industriously cultivate their farmland, and all the while Prue secretly yearns for the love of a weaver named Castor. It's a story with beautiful imagery set in the Shropshire countryside. Shropshire is a county in England full of meres. Meres are lakes, and absolutely stunning landscape. The spring is full of bird song, and then there are daffodils, and there are lilies on the lake, and dragonflies, and the winters are dark and cold, and then there is mist. Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. And the story is set in the early 19th century, right after the Napoleonic War. The story was written in 1924. It is full of beautiful Shropshire traditions and customs like love spinning and games like costly colors. There's something called caking, which is basically women get together, they play cards, but instead of betting money, they gamble cakes, which I thought was so sweet, pun intended. And then there are other games like green gravel and barley bridge. And then something called Love Carriage, where everyone gets together for the harvest. All the villagers come together for the harvest. There's a love story, there's a villain in this. And then there are Sin Eaters, which I had no idea what it was. So I got so much more from this book than I expected. I picked this book up because it says that it's brighter and better than Thomas Hardy on the cover, and I wanted to find out what could ever be better than Thomas Hardy. If you don't know, I haven't read Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy wrote the most beautiful nature prose. Most of his stories are set in Wessex, but his stories are depressing, and so it says that this is brighter, and I wanted to find out. Let me just tell you, yes, there is a lot of brightness in this, but there is also so much grief. It's a story that settled in my soul. So what Thomas Hardy is to Wessex, I think Mary Webb is to Shropshire. Such a beautiful author. Why had I never ever heard of her before? So if you have never heard of this author and you love books set in the English countryside, set in the 19th century, beautiful countryside with beautiful imagery of birds and the lake and the seasons, and the combination of human emotions and nature in this is absolutely genius. The dialogues are in a Shropshire dialect, so that was also very, very interesting. I'm feeling so blessed to have come across this book. Also, look at the book cover. It is one of the most beautiful book covers I have, and it goes so well with the story because there's so much beautiful writing in this. Highly recommend this. 5 stars. Precious Bane by Mary Webb. If you made it so far in the video, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye bye.